afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the e-commerce and digital fashion panel. My name is Assia Belkhodja. I am leading the e-retail and fashion sector in Europe at DHL Express, and I will be your host. So in this panel, we will have 4 speakers joining, all of them delighted to share their experience with you. So we have an exciting agenda with a live conversation with Madeleine Kroes, Global Director of E-commerce at Omorovica. I also had the opportunity to interview Rosh Nathani, the designer and founder of Alighieri Jewelry. And last but not least, you will also get some great insights coming from, respectively, Mathieu Drinkwater and Amanda Cosco. So a lot to come shortly, but before that, I wanted to give you some insights into the some e-retail and fashion trends we have been observing over the last years, last months, let's say, as an international logistics company, very much committed to support the fashion sector. I've been myself in my different roles with DHL doing this fashion customers and this for more than 15 years now. And I'm sure that you would all agree that the fashion is really a fast-moving business, and the demand for flexibility, the demand for responsiveness and control in supply chain is really strong, but even greater than ever before. And a number of trends are radically changing the fashion landscape at this time. And this is not only related to the pandemic, actually, because most of these trends were already there before COVID. But indeed, with the pandemic, we have seen, and we can put maybe the slide, we have seen a big shift of sales channels with a huge acceleration of online sales. Yeah, we can see the slide now. So a huge acceleration of online sales, retailers having to boost their digital capabilities to ensure that they meet the consumer demands, and the stores having to adapt and to evolve to the omni-channel experience and customer touch points. Rethinking globalization it really has become crucial. What is the most efficient? What is the most ethical, the most sustainable ways, to really streamline supply chains and reduce inventories and lead times. And in parallel, all of this, new practices, new business models pop up, or maybe we should say, become more visible. Our e-commerce moving from transactional to purposeful, circular fashion, as we know that the pandemic at least brought something positive, so to say, which is more awareness around sustainability, but also around ethical and social topics. But all of this is not without implications on logistics and supply chain. And for sure, we know that speed is not the only factor in successful fashion logistics. And this is true for a few years already, and it's not really related necessarily to the pandemic. And what comes out from the discussions we have with our customers, our fashion customers, is that on top of sustainability, we all know this is a big trend, a critical topic. We also have, obviously, quality, but also visibility and transparency as being really key along the supply chain and being really critical. That being said, what implications or even challenges are we talking about? Let's focus a bit on some selective trends and what we see as being the implications for logistics from our perspective as DHL. So the first topic is a topic of, no surprise, digital escalation. If we look at the luxury industry, it is expected to get up to 40% share in 2025. We also know e-commerce in China should account for more than 50% of retail sales. And the forecast for this year, which will be definitely achieved, was of 52%. We see a strong focus on premium and green last mile deliveries to meet the strong expectation from the consumer, what we would name Amazonification. That's really strong expectation coming from the consumer. And we as logistics provider, we need to support the fashion customers in the fashion business. The second trend is omnichannel. Omnichannel is key. Physical stores start really acting as hubs of discovery, places for entertainment, for gathering, but also it starts being sort of fulfillment centers. So from a logistics standpoint, it's all about setting up the most flexible omni-channel logistics solutions, whether it is about ship from store, whether it is about pick up from store, or all those different things we have to do, like inbound consolidation, for example. If we move to the next trend, and selective trend, circular economy, the second-hand retail is expected to double market share in 10 years. A good number of brands we know have signed the 2020 Circular Fashion System commitment. And this is all about encouraging the fashion industry, the brands, the retailers, to really take real, effective, and prompt action on circularity. So logistics-wise, there is a point around reverse logistics processes, from collections, from warehousing, grading, cleaning, and refurbishing. So that is really the focus and the key point in terms of supply chain. If we move to the next one, the social commerce is on the rise. Customer reviews are not enough. As content is a key sales driver, the line between online search, social media, and e-commerce really becomes blurred. We need, as logistics provider, we need really to continue to set up a new e-commerce logistics solutions in place, going really beyond the normal parcel delivery, so to meet again the consumer demands, which is not only anymore about speed and visibility, right? If we move to the next one, rethinking globalization. We know that international tourism, which relates to travel retails, may not return to pre-pandemic levels before a few years. Supply chain really needs to be redesigned according to new markets, and obviously bigger focus then on regionalization. So in summary, logistics providers need to keep anticipating and working on all these changes. The move to omnichannel operations, the delivery experience with the need of maximum customization and convenience. Convenience is so key. The CO2 emission considered now is really considered as equal decision criteria next to speed or cost. And the rise of nearshoring is not to be ignored, and the implementation of, obviously, as it was mentioned, local circular models. So this is just a very high-level overview. And of course, I would be more than happy separately to dive into further details with anyone who would be interested in knowing more. But for now, as we went through all these different industry trends, let's see what Madeleine Croes, our first speaker, would have to share with us. Let's do that.